I'm on a committee. I'm on the post-secondary subcommittee, budget committee, and what we do is review actually interview all the college presidents, and that's what we did this past year, and got their revenue, and we put together our numbers and then send it on to the A&R, which actually puts together the budget. So I'm involved in that process at some stage. I have been involved in the judicial subcommittee on the budget. So I've done the budget in two different areas. I believe the budget process should be open to the general public. Yes, it's their money. We shouldn't hide what we're doing. They should be aware of how the money is being spent, which there should be openness in that area. They should be aware of how our revenue is coming in. So the public, yeah, I agree. The public, it should be an openness, and the public should be aware. I go down and sit in the A&R committees myself and watch what they're doing and how they're putting the budget numbers together. I'll do that in person, or I'll watch it on. We have closed circuit TV in the Capitol, so I'll either watch it on closed circuit TV from my office while I'm working on other things, or I'll physically go down and sit in the budget committee and watch how the budget's being structured and ask questions.
As you're aware, the budget process often boils down to the free conference committee, which
Yes.
is House and Senate leadership behind closed doors, hashing out the state's budget, in which your fellow legislators and the public are excluded from that process.
Right.
What are your thoughts about the public being excluded from those negotiations?
The public may want to take a look at that. The budget process is really difficult, but we may want to take a look at including or exposing the public more to that. It's the very, very end after we put the entire budget together, and sometimes things come up at the very end where they have to hash them out, and a lot of times the problem is when you're doing the budget, you don't want people to play to the public. It's almost like in court, you don't want the people who are defending your case playing to the cameras as opposed to talking to the judge and the jury. And sometimes when you're exposed to the public, you're playing to the public as opposed to actually focusing on the budget. We have to figure out how to strike a balance in that area. I'm not sure exactly how to do that. I'm being honest with you. I'm not sure exactly how to do that because I don't want the guys who's hashing out the budget playing to the public and not focusing on the budget. And that's my concern. I'm not sure how to strike a balance in that area.
Do you believe that legislators are given adequate time to review the budget proposal before having to cast a vote on it?
As far as my areas, and I'm trying to think, sometimes we're down to the very end. And the bulk of the budget, we get a chance to take a look at it, early on. But sometimes we're down to the very end. That's where there's a problem. And I'm talking at the very end. We're required by law to have this thing done by April 15th, something in that general area. And we can't go beyond the clock. And the bulk of the budget, I mean probably 95% of the budget, is already laid out, and we have taken a look at it. It's some of the stuff that's going in the free conference committee that's thrown us the very last minute that I'm assuming you're making reference to.
Mm-hmm.
And that may be where there's a problem. I'm not sure how to correct that. Because part of it is the clock, which we can't adjust because that's in state law. And at the same time, getting a budget done, which is also state law. And they're trying to squeeze it into all of that. And sometimes you don't see everything in that 3, 4, 5% when we're squeezing it at the very last.